Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing Jack, and I'll be facing off against the Nami adventure from the new campaign, the Spirit Blossom one. I'm just going ahead and moving along. I've already beaten the Calista campaign the required number of times, so no point in doing it again. Now I want more rewards from this campaign, from this adventure. The foe creates 10 random 6 plus cost spells in their deck and reduces their cost to 3. When the foe's units attack, grant their units in play and in hand +1/+1. Okay. And the baseline power is like the foe's units have a tune, so they'll always have spell mana. I'm just taking the Camp Tech duplicator on Jack because I feel like we can make use of the spell doubling effect, even though we don't really have a lot of spells in our deck baseline. But it also works well with the coins, so when you play a created card, reduce the cost of allied champions everywhere by 1. When you play a champion, you level them up. Jack's level up is significantly better than his baseline form. Yeah, I'll pick it up. This also allows me to go for a more expensive champion later down the line. Later down the line being immediately after this encounter. Let's test this. I want the barnacles and the Jack, obviously. The unfortunate part is that I don't get a unit to place the barnacles on right away, but it's fine. Let's risky venture that thing because I don't want the opponent tossing, or I want to minimize the amount of tossing he does anyway. The next turn I'll go for the Jack. Pretty simple. I'll also go for a strike right away. I want the opponent, to trade in one of his units. Now I have 4 mana. I'll save it. No, I'll actually use the prize fight here. This will set up so that the Drag Treasures is at 1 health, so I can parlay it next round. Let's knuckle first, because I want to block the Abyssal Watcher, the Abyssal Eye, and I can parlay. I'm going to give the barnacles to Jack. Let's coin. Refill the board a little bit, or my mana. Then I'll summon the Maiko and set up so that next turn I get extremely close to winning. I might actually be able to... never mind, the opponent has sunk cost. I was about to say I might be able to close out the game here. Then again, I have a 1 cost Jack. 13, this is only 13. With the 5 punch Pablo, it's +1/+1 +0 across the board, and +4 attack, which closes out the game. That was decent enough. I took a bit of damage, but I Can easily get it back with the regeneration. I still need a spell that is useful to duplicate with the Chemtech duplicator. None of these offer such a spell. Darius, Mihira, or Kayle, or Varus. Momento's Choice is an interesting card to duplicate. Varus can give me card draw, and I only need to target allies. We do that a little bit, we don't do it a lot. Let's pick up the Varus. I don't want to spend all of my rerolls there. When you summon an ally, frostbite it, draw one and give it fleeting. Or when an ally dies, deal 2 to your nexus. When an ally survives damage, grant it +2/+2. Honestly, this isn't even that bad of a power, right? All I have to do is ensure that my allies don't die. Which theoretically they shouldn't anyway, because I can just keep control of the board by refilling my spell mana. Metal Webs is a great 2-drop. I can actually toss both of those. I'm planning on getting rid of the slippery Wave Rider anyway, because it's not that great. And we get it in our opening hand back again. Really? No plays from the opponent? Maybe he's saving up his mana for something.
I've whipped up something special.
Let's prevent the opponent from proccing that powder keg, shall we? And I guess I'll go ahead and get rid of the Dreadway deckhand. Now here I can do Varus for the card draw, or I can do the Jack for the coins. I'll do the Jack for the coins. Okay. That's not that frightening. I'll just do this. Set that to 1 and then I can coin to clear the board and buff up my own units. Ooh, but I can also go for Varus. Let's drop down Varus first before attacking.
I am more than this. We are more.
Ooh. We get extremely close to ending the game. My power doesn't deal damage to the opponent's nexus, right? All enemies. Does that include the nexus? Well, let's see. Nah, it's enemies only. I figured as much. It's fine. I'll just open attack right away next turn. Yeah, this is why I saved up the spare mana. Now I can protect the Jack. And the game's over. Perfect. Didn't even take a single point of damage from our negative power. I'd say that's very good for us. I'll still have to fight against Kayle with that downside, however. All of these are pretty bad choices. Mariam is great though. Then we go for the card cut. Obviously we're taking the Slippery Wave Rider, right? Yeah, it's the worst card in the deck. And then Riptide Rex. This might actually cause me to take a bit of damage because I'll end up losing some of my units to the opponent's power. If I play the pocket picker, it just dies. So let's not do that. We'll hold off, wait for the next turn, then pocket picker into barnacles. At least this way it survives the opponent's power. Nothing yet again. The opponent's playing very slow. It chooses to pass yet for a third turn. Can't really say I understand the reasoning. Does he really have nothing that can hit or that can impact the board in a meaningful way? The answer is maybe. Updraft one to refill your spell mana. Yep, it clears both of those. Sets up so that I can clear that with a risky venture. And I can refill my mana with the coins. Drop down the Baros.
I am more than this. We are more.
And this is enough to kill the opponent. Nice.
Born on an arrowhead.
So far the adventure hasn't really been that much of a struggle. Maybe that will change in the future, however. Sign-in, Thousand-Tailed. It's a bit expensive, but it is a good card to play, so I'm going to pick it up. It's probably going to be great as a top-end option. Eye of Nagakeboros with cashback is interesting. Unnatural selection. How many keywords do my units actually have? Attune, does it count? I think it does. Challenger, that's 2. Elusive, it's 3. Jack has Brash and Overwhelm. Then Veras has Quick Attack for the 6th. Yeah, let's pick it up. It might be rare to proc it, but there's some times where we do proc it, and it will be great. And I suppose I'll pick up the Eye of Nagakeboros. It's going to be great to double it up with the Chemtech duplicator on Jack. Now for the cutting. Maybe 5-punch Pablo. Yeah, maybe 5-punch Pablo is the weakest link here. Because all it does is summon a 4/4, refill 1 spell mana, and give me a prize fight. But that refilling of spell mana also buffs my entire board and deals damage to the opponent's entire board. Maybe the Portal Pioneer. I picked it up because it was the best out of all of the other options, because it does have a tune. But in a way it's basically filling the same spot as 5-punch Pablo. The prize fight and the extra attack aren't really that meaningful, right? Let's cut the 5-punch Pablo.
The righteous path begins with me.
The smaller my deck is, the better. The more consistent it is. And the opponent starts on the attack. I'll keep the risky venture. Hopefully I'll be able to pick off some of the opponent's units. And the pocket picker is decent enough, I suppose. You don't get 5-punch Pablo.
While I breathe, I hope.
This trade's fine. It sets the opponent to 1 health. Yeah, I take 2 damage anyway. But by setting the opponent to 1 health, I make it so I can kill it by refilling spell mana. In fact, that's what I'll do. Let's just do this. It reduces the cost of the Varus as well and allows me to play it.
I am more than this. We are more.
I can start using the Varus as our card draw. And that's a good hit. Some protection for the Varus. He's going for Kayle here, alright. Yep. I can't defend against that. So I guess I have to pass. I have Nagake Boros in order to draw 2. Hopefully I'll hit something good. Not the hits that I wanted. Taking 2 is preferable to taking 8. Maybe I'll be able to bait the opponent. Let's also take this to disable keywords in case it's necessary.
The shadows will shrink beneath our light.
The opponent's probably not going to take this block, right? Okay, he blocks with the 8 attack unit. We take 3, we draw 1. I can actually do something here. I can do prize fight there. Set up the Kayle so that it dies to 1 mana refill. Like that. And then I'll pass the turn. Sure, Varus is at 1 health, but could be worse.
I am her flame's keeper, serpent. I serve as you do.
Let's do Explorer's Blunder there to remove the Overwhelm. Actually, no, I can't remove the Overwhelm because it's an aura-like effect. It's fine, I'll just remove the Lifesteal instead. It chose to not attack right away. Do I refill mana here? Or do I save up? I'm going to save up. Then I can trade here. I'll take the 7. That thing is going to heal up at the start of the next turn anyway. Now I can draw 2. Or I can draw 1 first. How many cards do I have in hand? I can draw 2. There's Jack. Perfect. I'll actually drop down Jack and then prize fight with him instead. Actually, no, I need to go for the coins first in order to have the spare mana. Ooh, Jack is on the board, right, I forgot. And we have 6 plus mana, that means everything is going to get doubled up.
Anyone fit against me? No? I haven't hit you with my good arm yet. Anyone fit against me? No?
Divine absolution is an
Then
end.
we can refill it again.
Haven't hit you with my good arm yet. Who else wants to fit against me, eh?
And then I can parlay that, which results in the opponent taking 1. But now I have buffed up my board so much that I'm pretty sure I just close out the game here. Yep, 78 damage. It turns out all we needed was Jack to stabilize and then overwhelm the opponent. But I'd say we managed to handle everything pretty well without Jack around. Club, Radiant Plate Armor, Owner's Blessing. I'm going to pick up the Radiant Plate Armor, but it might be a mistake. We do have the cost reduction to make it so we can drop down the Jack earlier, but we haven't really been able to drop him down earlier. When you play a slow spell, copy it onto the same targets. We're not really playing slow spells, so let's reroll. Out of the gates, no, that's huge for our deck. Getting it to drop right away means we have a viable target for the Barnacles. Grant left 3 most cards in your hand fleeting for duplicate. Let's challenge ourselves, shall we? Yeah, let's challenge ourselves. Duplicate is so good of a reward. I might as well. Now all I have to do is keep the playable cards to the left side of my hand. I'll actually keep the risky venture there because I don't mind discarding it. I can actually go double pocket picker.
Oh, you're all so cute.
Do I want to go double pocket picker, however? Yeah, let's do it. Worst case scenario, I give something for the opponent to attack into, but he's choosing not to attack. Okay. An interesting decision by the opponent. Let's see if it pays off.
Stabby, stabby, stab.
I was going to use the momentous choice to attack, but the opponent buffed that out of range, which is unfortunate. I'm stuck not having a way to kill the Star Shepherd. And the prize fight is going to be discarded at the end of the turn anyway. I'll have to pass. Varus is huge. But the problem is the opponent just kills it with that mountain goat, so I have to wait for him to attack first. Then I can actually refill some spell mana. Drop down the Varus.
The arrow of retribution will find its mark.
Then I'll play the Barnacles on the Varus.
We look after our own. We're all family here.
That thing's going to grow huge. Same thing with the mountain goats. Ooh, but why would I rather have the... No, I wouldn't. I forgot the Darkened Bow would be an equipment. So now I waste the Barnacles. It's fine. I can use the prize fight to go ahead and try and trade one for one. In terms of card draw.
Look, Ladari, I've gathered stars to return. And the one you're hiding behind your back. A little luck for those who need it.
I can actually kill one of the opponent's units here.
You spurn my gift.
She's huge. Because it also draws me one.
Be brave.
I severely need Jack.
Family here.
This is going to be rough. There he is. There's our boy.
He says he's glad to see you, grandfather.
Hello, Evie. And you too, Osu.
I need to survive this turn.
That just makes the fight
Otherwise I'm
sweeter.
screwed. I think I can. I have 40 health. I can block here.
Guns and bad choices.
This gives plus 4 health. Yeah, it's enough.
Now this is a fight.
And I also draw one. Jack.
Haven't hit you with my good arm yet.
Return.
I can actually go for a huge turn here. I get 4 mana to use for refuel. I have to do it now, otherwise I could actually go for the barnacles first, but whatever, it's not going to matter, I don't think. And I will draw 2. How close are we to decking out? Not that close. Okay, so it's fine. We can shuffle something back in to refuel my spell mana. And I can go for more spell casts.
We look after our own.
Let's Barnacles the Jack. We refill our spell mana. Then we can draw more. And then we deal 3 twice. Yeah, I can do that. The opponent has 0 mana, so you can't do anything about this. Let's refill our spell mana there. Destroy a landmark. I don't know if the opponent has a landmark, but just in case. Let's drop the Myral Webs. Oh, I suppose I'll risky venture that down. And then turn. We lost 20 health, but we're going to get duplicate, which is just going to ensure that no other encounter ends up being as hard as this one. To be fair, the hardest thing about this encounter was that we didn't have Jack in our opening hand, or we didn't draw it on curve. Multi-blasting sigil, double damage but cost 1 more. 6 damage. Nah, we don't need 6 damage. Ooh, Myral Webs with Entrancing Lure. Don't mind if I do. And we get our duplicate. And now it's smooth sailing from here on out. Mobilize or a risky venture. More risky ventures. Knuckle. I'll take the Noxian Might and move along. Ooh, an epic shop. I'm definitely heading down that path. Double check. I'll toss one back. Keep the Portal Pioneer and the risky venture. The fact that the opponent has a Mount Targon means that I can maybe drop down Jack early. Never mind. I'll be able to go for the Barnacles on the Myral Webs. Kill something right away. He hasn't played the 0 cost card he got yet. That's fine, that's a decent target for the risky venture. Maybe I should have gone for the prize fight first, but I found it unnecessary. That's redundant. Target speak on this 0 cost card. Double Portal Pioneer. Let's pass.
Gems are superb. Bad for the teeth, though.
And something is going to get doubled up here. Guess it will have to be the Portal Pioneer, because nothing else is really that impactful. By being doubled up, at the very least the Portal Pioneer sets up a board wipe. Never mind, the opponent had a buff for his unit. I can still end up Playing the Varus here. That might dissuade the opponent from attacking. Well, the fact that Metal Webs is a 13-7 might also work. Risky venture for free. Now let's drop them down the jack.
Fight me! I'll take on a lot of you!
Now we get double jack, which means the game's practically over.
When they cannot see.
Like I can just do this, set that to 1.
Spy. Haven't hit you with my good arm yet.
My strength is that of the mountain.
Then I can clear that. Going to get a lot of mana here. That thing dies. That gets a couple with 8 points of damage on it, which is more than enough to close out the game here. There. A lot easier than the previous encounter, that's for sure. Turns out the entire adventure is pretty easy when you're not screwing yourself over by picking downsides. Deny. Now let's pick up the parlay. Since Poros have a lot of different keywords, it might actually help proc the a natural selection. Deceptively deadly is not really that appealing. Sharing is scary, he is though. Crystal D-backs. I'm going to pick it up just because it has scout, and that's a good keyword. And then for the last card cut, I haven't played the Expenses Protection, but it has a different keyword, so it's fine. Maybe Seinen is the weakest link. I did pick it up because it was a decent amount of draw. And it was a board-wide buff. But maybe it has run its course. Yeah, we don't really need it around.
I decide what the tide will bring.
10 plus random 6 cost... No, 10 random 6 plus cost spells in their deck and reduces their cost to 3. So depending on what she gets here, she might just high roll me. I'm imagining stuff like 3 mana Renation for board clears, maybe 3 mana Progress Day for card draw. All of those are frightening options. Marble Babs with Focusing Crystal. That's scary too. Especially if it gets Barnacles. I'm definitely trading in the... No, I can't because Brash is something that exists. Forgot about that part. Then I have to... I just ended up taking all that damage for no reason. It's fine. We got Jack here, so we're safe. Hopefully. I can do this. That reduces the cost of the Jack to 2.
I won't let my home be swallowed by darkness.
I can actually do this. Remove the Nami right away.
Let the tide carry you.
Unless he has a spell, obviously. In which case I just completely screwed my game plan because I wanted to kill that, play a coin, play Jack.
Rise with the surf, ride the surging tides.
And now I can't do that. And the game might be over for me.
I don't finish fights, but I do start them.
Let's not be risky. I'm going to just drop down the Jack as is. Let the opponent play something, then go for the risky venture.
Haven't hit you with my good arm yet.
Let the tide carry you.
Okay. Let's block that. Prevent the opponent from dealing 17 damage for free. And I'll risky venture the knuckle.
Got a little Bilgewater special for you.
The next turn. What can I do? I could use some card draw. Let's knuckle.
Going to grab me a Star Knuckle just on me.
Not base.
Mostly to give the Jack
Ride the surging tides.
the elusive keyword. All units except Arcane allies and equipped allies. Crap. At the very least I can set up so that thing dies next when I play a coin.
Now this is a fight.
Or I can just risky venture it down. That's also an option. Using coin. Mischievous Marai. Not great. For me at least.
Man, Bull's gonna love this place. Kill time.
Let's try to clear that, shall we? Okay. That's decent. At the very least I set up... Never mind, I was about to say I set up to kill it with the refilling of my mana bar, but... No, I don't. And now he gets a second one. Well, I can do this. Go ahead and get one coin. He just placed that there. I should have figured. I'm letting him hit for 4. I think that's all I can. I don't need to trade in. I don't think it's useful. Now I have a board. Or a semblance of a board. Crap. Well, at least I can do this. Set that thing up to 1. So it's easier to kill.
Jack will get you.
Let's do this, stun it so that I can go for 2 scout attacks for basically free. The opponent has 1 coin in hand. Is that enough to screw me? Maybe if he gets another board clear. Okay, it doesn't get another board clear. It doesn't even proc the effect on the angel. I think I can win from this position. He's going to equip the barnacles there, yep. I'm going to have to trade the crystal Ibex. I could have used the momentous choice. I'm an idiot. What good does it do me to save that for the next game? Actually, it's useful because now I can play the Jack and double the momentous choice for game if necessary. Might not be necessary though. It's not like the opponent is going to be able to deal with what I'm about to do to him.
Haven't hit you with my good arm yet. Anyone fit against me? No?
That Jack is extremely buff now.
I am the Tide Caller. I will drive back the darkness.
And that's not relevant because I can just do this.
Good arm yet.
Ooh, I can actually go for the Varus first.
Beware those who have nothing to lose.
Since I spent most of the game on the back foot, I might as well just do this.
Now this is a fight. Haven't hit you with my good arm yet. Who else wants to bet against me, eh? Now this is a fight.
And the opponent just lets us close out the game.
No?
Figures.
Good arm yet.
He did take, or he was going to take 1 billion damage here and had no options.
Good is waiting.
Well, that was rough, particularly in the games where we took a long time to get to Jack. But the win is the win nonetheless. So yeah, that will be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Till then.